what's the nature of this probe? How has Meituan responded as well?
Yeah, it has. So this is China's regulators. They've moved on from tackling Alibaba and Ant Group, as you say, part of Jack Ma's empire, to focusing now on Meituan, which is, as you correctly say, a major food delivery app and business, but also a business that connects consumers with services like hotels and travels and trips and cinema tickets as well. It's a central part of many people's apps and ecosystems on their smartphones. What regulators are saying is that Meituan has been involved in, and this is the allegation at least, anti-competitive practices, including the practice of forcing merchants to choose either itself, its app, or its competitor, Ele.me. No crossovers between the two. You choose one or the other. That is a practice that has irked merchants here and rivals of Meituan for quite some time. Now, the company itself put out a statement saying, look, it will actively cooperate with this probe. It's going to step up efforts to comply across its business. But it is a reminder, again, of the regulators expanding their scope beyond Alibaba, which it hit with a record $2.8 billion fine, Ant, which it compelled to restructure and overhaul its business, and after it called in 34 of the biggest tech companies, including Meituan, and gave them 1 month to rectify what regulators said were anti-monopolistic practices.
What exactly were they doing? And tell me something, with this coming from the regulator, what's the impact for the company?
Well, at the start of the trade, in terms of the stock, we saw that trade lower. It's now up. Possibly some relief from investors as they digest the potential implications. Certainly, you had a note out from Nomura saying that Meituan would be able to weather the storm, that it had strong brand and loyalty here in China. Nomura putting the potential fine and price tag for Meituan ultimately at about $700 million US. That's on the assumption that they get hit with the same level of fine as Alibaba did, which is 4% of their previous year's sales. Bloomberg Intelligence and their analysts there have a similar kind of forecast as well. In terms of the broader implications, what investors will be looking at as well as to what extent Meituan will have to restructure its business as it seeks to comply with these regulations. But we're also, of course, looking ahead to that fine and as yet have no time frame for when that may come through.